Come on, Dorothy. You have to admit, bones are flexible. How else can we bend over?
Bones are not flexible. They're supposed to be hard and rigid.
No, they're flexible.
No, they're kind of rigid, and you don't know what you're talking about.
How can we move our arms like that?
Because there's different stuff besides just the bones that make it move. Doesn't make sense.
Hey girls, what are you talking about? And where's everyone?
Can you tell her she's wrong?
No, tell her that she's wrong. She can't tell me that I'm wrong if I'm right.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the bones, and no one else is here to tell us what's going on with the bones in the system.
Okay, then let's go on a field trip.
All right. Yay!
Does anyone know where we're going today?
No.
We're inside a long bone. Does anyone know why bones are so important?
Oh, I think I know. I think it helps protect certain parts of the body, like the heart, right?
That's correct.
Oh.
So what it does is it protects your internal organs such as your heart and your lungs by creating structures such as your skull and your rib cage.
Oh, that makes sense. I think it also supports the body, right?
Yes, you're so right, Dorothy. It keeps the body upright and prevents it from collapsing on itself. Anything else, girls?
No.
Why the bones do more than just those two things? They also are important for storing calcium from food in order to make stronger bones. Like for example, if you go and hit against a wall slowly, do you think you're gonna break and you die? No, you're just gonna get hurt. That's because of your bones. They're protecting you, as well as by changing the amount and direction of forces generated by your muscles. Fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, I never knew this.
Well, it's time to keep moving. This is a picture of where we are now. This bone here is called the long bone. It consists of many parts. We are right here at the epiphysis. These are the large areas of bone where the bone articulates with each other. We are going down this place into the spongy bone, which is the epiphysis, and is made up of spaced bony plates that reduce the body weight. Then we go through the compact bone, which is in the diaphysis, the bone shaft. Within the compact bone are the haversian canals, surrounded by the nerves and the blood vessels, which communicate with osteocytes. The diaphysis also contains the yellow marrow, which has fatty tissue, and red bone marrow, which is the site for red blood cell production, or homeopoiesis. These types of bone marrow are within the medullary cavity, covering the entire bone in periosteum. Now, why is the bone marrow so important?
Isn't it because it is the place where red blood cells are produced?
Right, you are, Wanda. The bone marrow is what helps the circulatory system maintain a large number of red blood cells in its job to send oxygen throughout the body.
Wait, the bones help other systems too?
Of course. Without bones and their bone marrow, we would not have any red blood cells. This helps the circulatory system with its blood cells. Bones are also helpful in moving muscles, helping with muscular system. Now, moving on. We are passing through this bone marrow to the other side of the plate. Since we are not in the skull, we won't have to worry about the fontanelles, which are soft areas in the skull. We are actually in the appendicular skeleton, which is composed of the whole skeleton, including the upper limbs and the lower limbs. The axial skeleton excludes the appendages, leaving only the skull, hyoid bone, rib cage, sternum, vertebral column, and ossicles of the middle ear. Now, since the bus is very small, we should be able to get out of the bone so we can see the outside. Hopefully.
Woo! Ew! What is this?
These are osteoclasts and osteoblasts.
What?
Okay, so these are osteoblasts and these are osteoclasts. And they're cells that help shape the bone. And the osteoblasts from the bone, which are these, use calcium in the environment, and the osteoclasts break the bone by releasing the calcium.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's what the bones are made up of.
I never knew that bones could do so much. And these are in every single bone?
Yup, in every single bone. You see, you can find these cells on any bone, like the femur, the fibula, the tibia, the patea, the
Wait, we have that many bones just in our leg?
Yes, and we have so many more in our feet, like the proximal, middle, and distal phalanges, as well as the metatarsal bones, cuboid, calcaneus, talus, the...
Okay, we get it.
Okay, I'm glad you girls get it. So let's keep moving.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the organization at the tissue level.
I know about this. According to my research, covering the bone is the periosteum. Then there are the osteons, which are the concentric canals that contain the canali, laminae, and lacunae that have osteocytes. This is all within the compact bone. Going even deeper to the compact bone, we then come across the trabeculæ, which is in the compact bone.
Very good.
Wait, Miss Frizzle.
Yes?
All these bones seem so solid and hard, but then how are we able to move?
Good question. Now we'll see. These areas where two or more bones meet are called joints. These joints, which is where bones articulate with one another, causes the body to move in different ways.
Wait, are there different types of joints then if different parts of the body can move in different ways?
Exactly. There are many different types of joints, each providing the body with a specific type of movement. For example, do you see this joint? This is a ball socket joint. It allows the legs to move around 360 degrees. This joint is an example of synovial joints.
Oh, I know this one of these synovial joints. Is there a joint called the hinge joint?
Yes, a hinge joint such as the one in elbows provide angular movement. Another type of synovial joint is called pivot joint, which moves the bone around the long axis. On the other hand, the gliding joint provides short gliding movements such as intercarpal joints.
And there's the condyloid joint, which provides back and forth movements such as the knuckles. And there's also the saddle joint, which provides movement in two planes like the metacarpals and the carpals.
Oh, I know what makes these joints so movable. The synovial joints allow bones to move freely because they have synovial fluid surrounding the two articulating bones, right? And then there's other types of joints, such as the fibrous joints, which the bones are held together only by a ligament, like the teeth.
Good job, Dorothy and Wanda, but you forgot one last type, the cartilaginous joint, in which two bones are connected by the cartilage and thus are only partially movable, like the vertebrae in the body.
Well, I guess I was wrong about these bones being flexible. But it's fascinating to know that there's so many kinds of joints there. I mean, I never knew bones were so complicated.
Yes, and there are two main ways that bones are connected, the tendons and ligaments. The tendons connect the bones to the muscle and for movement and everything, while the ligaments bind bone to bone. Are you ready to go home, kids?
Yeah, we learned so much.
All right, let's go.
Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip. With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it. Just what's in my neighborhood, surfing on the sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Julie Destin, take your second right past Mars on the magic school bus. Alligator nostril, climb on the magic school bus. Make a plane turn two, and our magic school bus. Drop the river of love, our magic school bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wild ride.